What villain was terrifying because they were right? Magneto is my favorite villain of all time. Every time his motives are brought to light I get that yeah, I kinda get it moment. One of the only good bits out of that god-awful excuse for a Phoenix movie, 3 times, was just Magneto giving side-eye to the young mutants asking for his tattoos. He just whips out the concentration camp number and stone cold no one is ever marking me again. Like that was a bad movie, but at least they got that attitude right. None of you said the most terrifying one. Emo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls. He wanted to bring free energy and advanced technology to the people. And in one episode he actually did. He made the world an amazing place. And then the Powerpuff Girls ruined it all. I just read his backstory, pretty sad. The professor accidentally created him by spilling chemical X on him. He was a lab assistant at the time, but then after the Powerpuff Girls were created, the professor eventually neglected Mojo and left him to live out on the streets. There's a whole episode about it. The professor invites Mojo back into their life and is tricked by Mojo into giving him powers like the Powerpuff Girls. Then he turns on them and tries to take over the town. Red Queen Resident Evil, I have locked down this facility to prevent a world-ending virus. Please could you good guys pay attention and not blow holes in the doors. Except she didn't come out and say it from the beginning. I always hated when characters say things like you gotta trust me or now's not the time, since that's the only way for plot to move forward. To quote Ryan George, so the movie can happen. The bears from Goldilocks and the Tree Bears. She broke in, ate their food, broke some furniture, and slept in their beds. The sharks from Sharknado. Can you imagine you're just swimming around, minding your own business, then all of a sudden a tornado picks you up out of nowhere, drops you on land, and now you have to deal with terror. Yeah, I would start biting people too. Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin from Spider-Man. In spite of everything you've done for them, eventually, they will hate you. Dude was right about how the perception of public figures changes over time. I chose my path, you chose the way of the hero. And though they found you amusing for a time, if there's one thing people love more than a hero, it's to see a hero fall, fail, die trying. Patrick Bateman. What was he right about? How utterly unimpressive he is. The memes about him demonstrates an irony. Patrick is just an empty shell pretending to be a man, obsessed with both fitting in and being better than everyone around him. Yet as he realizes by the end, with the implication he imagined most of what happened, or his father is covering for his insane ass, he comes to the realization he is never going to get what he wants, uniqueness. He's trapped in a world of people as bland and uninteresting as he is, and there's no escape. He compensates for his blandness by living extravagantly and trying to seem like he is intelligent, with great tastes. It's why he goes on long rambling sessions on Huey Lewis and the news, why he tries his hardest to appear professional. Because without that, how would he appear to those around him? In the scene where he's eating with Detective Kimball, you can see him look at Kimball putting salt on his steak, with Patrick doing the same after. It's as if he was taken over by some entity trying its hardest to seem as human as possible, trying not to raise suspicion. And some of his decisions are very interesting, like him sparing one woman, and even wanting to be punished for his actions. The point is, American Psycho is great. I still need to finish the book. Dr. Doofenshmirtz. He was his most right when he rapped "There's a platypus controlling me underneath the table." So true. Don't we all each have our own personal platypuses controlling us from under tables? King Kong. Not even because he was right. He was just alive, minding his own business and blam, taken out of his home and made to be the villain without any choice. A real good example of human nature. I never saw Kong as a villain. Yeah, he is not villain nor hero. He is a wild animal acting on instinct that got sent to a strange land to be a circus act. He was confused by his new restraints and environment, and of course he lashed out.